Imagine holding a small cigarette between your fingers thinking it offers comfort, but in reality every puff silently steals your breath, damages your heart, and pushes you toward a slow, painful death that feels invisible until it is too late. Smoking is often glamorized in movies and social media, but behind the smoke lies a deadly truth that cigarettes are responsible for millions of deaths each year, leaving families broken and futures destroyed without warning or mercy. Your lungs are designed to carry oxygen to every part of your body, yet with each puff of smoke you replace life-giving air with deadly toxins, turning your lungs into dark, diseased bags that slowly stop working as they should. The heart beats tirelessly to keep you alive, but smoking forces it to work harder, narrowing your blood vessels, raising your blood pressure, and increasing the chance of a sudden heart attack that can take your life in an instant. Cigarettes do not only harm your lungs and heart, they also attack your mouth, teeth, and skin, causing yellow stains, bad breath, gum disease, wrinkles, and an appearance that makes you look far older than your actual age. Nicotine is designed to trap you in a cycle of addiction, making your brain crave more every time you light another cigarette, convincing you that it is stress relief while secretly chaining your mind and body in powerful dependence. Think about the financial cost of this habit. Spending only a few dollars every day might seem harmless, but when calculated over a year, it can easily become thousands of dollars wasted on something that only buys you disease and pain. The smoke you exhale does not stay with you. It drifts toward your family, your children, your friends, and even strangers around you, poisoning their lungs and health despite them never choosing to smoke a single cigarette themselves. Secondhand smoke kills almost as many non-smokers as smokers themselves, yet many people ignore this silent fact every time they light up inside a home or in a car where innocent loved ones are forced to breathe dangerous air. Now let us look at the bigger picture. Smoking is not just a private choice, it is a global crisis that drains healthcare systems, destroys productivity, and steals the lives of millions every single year in every country worldwide. Cigarettes contain more than 7,000 chemicals, and at least 70 of them are known to cause cancer, turning every puff into a toxic cocktail that silently damages your cells and increases the chance of developing incurable deadly diseases sooner than expected. Each cigarette takes away around 11 minutes of your life, yet millions continue smoking every day, sacrificing years of potential joy, love, and achievement for a short-lived relief that vanishes in seconds, leaving behind lasting, irreversible damage. Advertising once portrayed smoking as cool or stylish, but today we know it is nothing more than a trap created by industries that profit while millions suffer, their health destroyed, their families torn apart, and their futures cut tragically short. Smoking does not only harm the smoker but also pollutes the environment. Discarded cigarette butts are the most common form of litter, choking oceans, poisoning wildlife, and leaving toxic waste that takes years to break down in nature. Imagine your child watching you smoke, learning silently that it is acceptable, and later repeating the same mistake, passing addiction from one generation to another, making smoking a family curse rather than just a personal bad habit. Every smoker begins with the illusion that they can quit any time, but the reality is very different. Nicotine quickly rewires the brain, creating dependence so powerful that quitting feels like an impossible mountain climb without strong determination and support. Withdrawal symptoms like irritability, anxiety, headaches, and sleepless nights discourage many from quitting, but these temporary struggles are far smaller than the lifelong suffering caused by lung cancer, chronic coughing, strokes, and early death caused by continuous smoking. Doctors around the world constantly warn that smoking is one of the leading preventable causes of death, meaning millions of lives could be saved each year if people made the choice to put out that cigarette permanently forever. The economic burden of smoking is staggering. Billions are spent globally on treating diseases caused by tobacco, money that could instead build schools, hospitals, and healthier communities, but instead it is wasted fighting illnesses that never needed to exist. Socially, smoking isolates you. Many public spaces, workplaces, and restaurants ban cigarettes, leaving smokers standing alone outside in corners, coughing in the cold, while others enjoy clean, fresh air inside, free from harmful toxic smoke and unpleasant odor. The skin of smokers often ages faster than non-smokers, developing wrinkles, sagging, and a dull tone caused by reduced blood flow, proving that cigarettes are not only stealing your health but also your natural beauty and youthful appearance. Your voice may also suffer. Constant irritation and damage to vocal cords often causes smokers to develop a harsh, hoarse tone or even lose their voice, making communication difficult and professional opportunities harder to achieve. Athletes and active people who smoke quickly notice their performance decline, because oxygen supply to muscles decreases, meaning shortness of breath, fatigue, and slower recovery, leaving them behind in sports and everyday physical activities compared to non-smokers. Even if you have smoked for years, quitting today immediately begins healing within hours. Carbon monoxide levels drop within weeks, lung function improves within months, coughing decreases, and within years risk of heart disease and cancer reduces dramatically. Support systems make quitting easier. Family encouragement, quit smoking groups, helplines, and mobile apps all provide guidance, motivation, and accountability, giving smokers hope and strength to finally break free from the deadly grip of nicotine addiction. The first few days without cigarettes may feel unbearable, but remember, these struggles are temporary, and each smoke-free day adds health back to your body, returning energy, freshness, and strength that smoking once silently drained away. Imagine waking up without a cough, tasting food more vividly, breathing deeply, enjoying exercise, and living longer to watch your children grow. This is the reward waiting for every smoker who finally decides to quit the habit today. The tobacco industry spends billions on advertising, but your single decision to quit smoking is more powerful than their campaigns. It protects your health, your family, your money, and most importantly, your precious limited time on Earth. Many governments have introduced graphic warnings on cigarette packs showing damaged lungs, rotten teeth, and dying patients, yet despite the images, millions still smoke, ignoring the terrifying truth printed right in front of their eyes each purchase. Think of smoking as slowly paying for your own funeral, one cigarette at a time. Instead of investing in dreams, travels, memories, and experiences, you choose sickness, hospital beds, and oxygen tanks until the final breath. Cigarette smoke contains carbon monoxide, the same deadly gas released by car exhaust, poisoning your body, reducing oxygen supply, and forcing your heart and lungs to struggle harder just to perform normal daily functions that non-smokers take for granted. Parents who smoke often underestimate how children copy behaviors. A child may not understand health risks, but they learn by watching repeating actions later in life, passing addiction and disease forward unknowingly through generations of the same household. Quitting smoking is not only about avoiding disease, it is about regaining control over your life, making choices that benefit your future rather than surrendering power to a tiny stick of paper filled with poison disguised as comfort. Every cigarette you refuse strengthens your willpower and sends a message to your body that healing can begin. Your lungs start repairing cells, your circulation improves, and your risk of heart disease slowly drops step by step. Smoking while pregnant is especially dangerous, exposing unborn babies to toxins, increasing risk of miscarriage, birth defects, premature delivery, and lifelong health problems that affect innocent children who never had a choice in their mother's decisions. Young people often begin smoking due to peer pressure, believing it makes them look mature, but the reality is smoking traps them early, shortening their lives before they even experience the fullness of adulthood dreams and opportunities. Cigarettes are not stress relief, they create stress. Nicotine withdrawal produces anxiety, so when you smoke you only relieve withdrawal, not life stress, meaning cigarettes never solve problems, they only deepen them over time, trapping your mind further. If you smoke, remember your family breathes the same air. Secondhand smoke increases risk of asthma, infections, ear problems, and sudden infant death syndrome, proving that smoking is not just self-harm but harm to those you love. Many smokers regret starting once health problems begin. They wish to reverse time, but regret cannot heal lungs or repair a broken heart. Only prevention and quitting early can save life, while regret arrives too late. Imagine yourself 10 years later choosing life over cigarettes, stronger, healthier, more confident, free from coughing, free from dependence. Living longer, traveling, loving, and enjoying without fear of disease or premature death. This future begins with today's decision. Hospitals worldwide are filled with patients suffering smoking-related diseases, many hooked to machines, fighting for every breath. Each one once thought they had time to quit until their bodies collapsed under years of abuse caused by cigarettes. Governments place heavy taxes on tobacco not to punish, but to discourage smoking, saving future generations from addiction, while raising funds to treat those who ignored warnings and now suffer consequences of a habit they once believed harmless. Every cigarette advertisement once showed glamour, but reality shows coughing, blood-stained walls, wheelchairs, oxygen tanks, and grieving families. This is the truth hidden behind smoke, and lies a truth that every smoker must face eventually. Smoking damages nearly every organ in the body, leaving no system untouched, from lungs and heart to kidneys, bladder, pancreas, and brain. No part escapes the poison, meaning smokers gamble their entire body, not just one part. For employers, smoking reduces productivity, more sick leaves, more healthcare costs, and less efficiency. Companies lose money while employees lose health, creating a lose-lose situation that only quitting can reverse, bringing benefits to both workers and organizations. Friends may leave you alone outside during social gatherings because smoking smells unpleasant, stains clothes, and reduces confidence. People prefer clean environments, meaning smoking can isolate you emotionally as well as physically, affecting relationships over time. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is freedom from cigarettes. Choosing to quit is choosing life, energy, savings, and love. It is declaring that your life is worth far more than a stick of poison. Quitting is not easy, but millions have done it, and so can you with patience, determination, and support groups. Your journey from smoker to survivor can inspire others, proving that freedom from addiction is truly possible. The first cigarette you refuse is the beginning of a new story, a story of health, happiness, and hope, where you control your future instead of a cigarette controlling you. The choice belongs to you today. Say no to smoking, say yes to life. Every cigarette refused is a victory. Every day without smoking is a triumph. Your life is valuable. Protect it, cherish it, and live smoke-free for yourself and for those you love. If you know someone who still smokes, please share this video with them, because maybe it could save their life. And if you are one of those who does not smoke, then support this mission by subscribing to the channel and liking this video.